Hi, my name is Brent Fair, founder and sole proprietor of Tapscon. It is with deep regret that I feel I have to make the following announcement and updates to you. I feel that given the situation happening behind the scenes of the event, all of the package purchasers have a right to be informed about the looming situation unfolding between the hotel and myself. It is evident that the Bellevue Biltmore has taken it upon themselves to make phone calls to my customers and announce that the Tapscon folks have cancelled the 2009 event. The Bellevue Biltmore also took it upon themselves to tell folks that Tapscon still owes them money from last year. They made these two primary statements via incoming telephone inquiries and on their own time by calling guests from our successful July 2008 event. My answer to their statements: the fact of the matter is that the Bellevue Biltmore has breached contract for 2008, resulting in their failure to uphold a 2009 contract. On December 28, 2009, I retained a corporate litigation firm to issue a complaint against the hotel. Why? The Bellevue Biltmore effectively demanded tens of thousands of dollars in incidental charges to me, that occurred over the weekend of the last event. While I do agree that there was a minimal amount of charges that I take responsibility for, the hotel felt that it was good business practice to fraudulently, without authorization from myself, their customer, tack on thousands and thousands of dollars to my master account. Upon being presented with the weekend's invoices, I immediately disputed some unrecognized charges and, after a long weekend at Tapscon, took the invoice home to review it. After reviewing the invoices, I naturally began disputing the charges that I did not authorize and knew nothing about. To give you an idea about what kind of charges they demand I pay are, nearly $3,000 in additional banquet charges for a dinner that happened at the event on Saturday, July 20, 2008. They allege that I okayed an additional 70 people be allowed to dine. They stated to my attorney that I was down on the banquet floor at 7 p.m. that date, demanding that they seat these additional people. Yet, it is well known throughout the staff, celebrity talent and some guests in attendance that weekend, that I was incapacitated with illness from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. that night and never appeared outside of my room between those times. The hotel took it upon themselves to seat additional people, beyond my guarantee. They expect full payment for this unauthorized billing. The Biltmore allowed a minor, under the age of 18 years old, to enter the hotel gift shop and charge $400 in designer sunglasses to my master account. What business would allow that sort of practice to happen? Of course, I later came to dispute this unfair and unauthorized charge to the hotel through my attorney. This specific complaint went unanswered and of course the hotel still demands payment for it. The Bellevue Biltmore effective invoiced me for thousands of dollars in liquor charges that occurred at the hotel's two main bars. Not once throughout the event did I okay approval for everyone at the event to attach their bar charges to my hotel master account. When the hotel was questioned by my lawyer about this matter, the hotel simply stated that I was unavailable for approval, so that they took it upon themselves to, and I quote from their statement, "work the event for us." This resulted in thousands of dollars in alcohol being charged to me, without my knowledge. The hotel demands payment for this. What kind of a business does that? The Bellevue Biltmore allowed some of their guests checking into the hotel on Sunday, to be placed on my master bill, further invoicing me for charges that I obviously did not authorize. Showing their lack of record keeping and their unfairness of just passing the bill on to me, thinking I wouldn't notice or care. The Bellevue Biltmore guaranteed a certain amount of guest rooms by contract. Upon event time, they withdrew 7 rooms from our guest queue, forcing me to purchase multiple rooms at off-site hotels. They even forced us to move into non-guest accommodations, sleeping on floors and settling for far less than what was agreed upon. Our contract, under the renovations portion of the 2008 contract, stated that we were entitled to all of our guest rooms or we were due back ALL deposits given to the hotel. They breached the contract but failed to provide relief at that point, resulting in further expense and loss to myself. Now, I need to make something very clear here. The Belly Biltmore made it clear to some of my customers that I didn't pay the bill last year. I want you to know that it is a matter of solid fact that every penny of the event bill was paid to the hotel. So this deserves some clarification. It is charges like the above, and the above is just a small portion that they say I owe. I paid the actual event bills, just not the unauthorized charges above. That's just the half of it. The Biltmore effectively stripped my ability to sell tickets at the door last year for general admission, just 4 days, the Tuesday before the event before Tapscon. The hotel will tell you that this is not true, but it is. Why would I order shuttle services to transport thousands of people to the hotel from downtown Clearwater? I specifically ordered the shuttle service for folks wanting to purchase general admission, because parking on the hotel lot was for hotel guests and our staff only. So, I hired shuttles at thousands of dollars each to drive for 2 days, only to have a good portion of those folks turned away at the door. The hotel's response is that I agreed with them not to sell tickets at the door and that I made arrangements to have them sold physically elsewhere. This is the furthest thing from the truth. They just blatantly told me that I couldn't sell general admission at the door 4 days before the event. Period. It resulted in a loss of revenue mounting in the tens of thousands of dollars range. Well, before that point, I had already invested much of 2008 sales, as well as 2009 sales, into upgrading the July 2008 event and paying for the hotel's negligence. I anticipating being able to generate revenue at the door, like any other person has the right to. This unfair practice by the Bellevue Biltmore resulted in the snowballing situation it is today. You and I, my customers, have injected tons of money into the Bellevue Biltmore to make both events happen. The hotel itself has taken it upon themselves to laugh in my face when it caused loss at the door, all the while handing me invoices for fraudulent charges and expecting me to fulfill the contract for next year. Essentially, my attorney has been negotiating and mediating with their attorney to come to some sort of a resolution. They say I owe them money. I say the charges are fraudulent and that they owe damages for loss of profit from last year. Both myself and the Biltmore have drawn our lines in the sand. Lastly, for now, I want to address some of the folks that have recently taken it upon themselves to tarnish the event and anyone involved in it on the internet. First, Tapscon is owned solely by myself. I am a sole appropriate of the event and it is not ran or managed by anyone other than myself. The event is not ran by anyone at Taps or anyone else. The name Tapscon was instituted and used because of Taps being the focus of the guest list. The founders of Taps, while having nothing to do with the event itself, were informed about my decision to move forward legally against the hotel, when that decision was actually made. The founders are aware of the complaints against the hotel and have been very supportive of me seeking damages from the hotel and moving forward to ensure that I satisfy all of the 2009 customers. None of the other talents or persons listed on the website have any affiliation with the operations of the event. I am a sole proprietor and the event is not held by a company and is held without partnership. I did have some folks helping me with the event itself, but I am just a lone entity who tried to provide a great event.